In the heart of East Africa, beneath the golden hue of endless savannas and skies that stretch forever, something extraordinary was born. Not from a gleaming city or a gleaming supercomputer, but from the simplest of tools. Kenya, a land famous for its wild beauty and vibrant cultures, was on the cusp of a quiet revolution. It wasn't a revolution of swords or slogans, but of simple text messages. It began with a humble device, the kind that could survive a fall from a moving matatu, the kind whose battery outlasted entire road trips across the Rift Valley, the brick phone. Picture the scene. The year is 2007. Across Kenya's vast landscapes, people connect not through broadband or fibre optics, but through these indestructible little gadgets. The Nokia 1100 and 3310, icons in their own right, are everywhere. They sit in the pockets of farmers, dangle on lanyards around shopkeepers' necks, and rest on the kitchen tables of families in bustling Nairobi and quiet village homesteads alike. They are sturdy, reliable, and above all, affordable. In a country where most people have never set foot inside a bank branch, and where ATMs are as rare as snowflakes, these phones are lifelines to the outside world. But the world of money is a different story. Banking. For many, it's a distant, intimidating concept. The nearest branch might be a day's journey away. Accounts come with paperwork, fees, and a sense of exclusion. The formal financial system is simply not built for the rhythms of daily life in Kenya. Not for the market vendor, the boda-boda rider, the smallholder farmer. Yet, everyone has one thing in common. A phone that can send a text message. Enter a daring idea. What if, instead of trying to build more bank branches, and accessible. It was, in a word, transformative. At first, the world watched with mild amusement. Western bankers, sitting in glass towers far away, chuckled at the idea. Africans texting money? How quaint. They saw it as a novelty, a curiosity, something that might work in the margins but never at scale. But as the years passed, the laughter faded. By 2010, M-Pesa had been adopted by over 70% of Kenya's adult population. The platform processed more transactions daily than most banks, and its network of agents outnumbered bank branches by orders of magnitude. It wasn't just a payment system, it became the financial backbone of the nation. Other countries took notice. The model spread across Africa to Tanzania, Mozambique, Ghana, even as far as Afghanistan. Each time, the lesson was the same. You don't need cutting-edge tech to change lives. Sometimes, The simplest tool in the right hands is more powerful than the most sophisticated system. But the story doesn't end there. M-Pesa didn't just make it easier to send money, it unlocked new opportunities. Suddenly, people could save safely, outside the mattress or tin can. Small businesses could grow, powered by instant, reliable payments. Especially for traders and travelers, M-Pesa offered peace of mind. If you lost your phone, your money was still safe, protected by a PIN and a network of agents ready to help. Trust, that most fragile of currencies, flourished. People trusted their local agent, the familiar face behind the counter. They trusted the system that had never failed them. And, remarkably, they trusted a telecom company with their livelihoods, more than they ever trusted a distant, impersonal bank. For the banks, this was a wake-up call. They watched as their relevance waned as customers flocked to the new system. They scrambled to catch up, launching their own mobile products, partnering with M-Pesa, and rethinking their business models. Some succeeded, others faded into the background. The old rules no longer applied. And yet, none of this would have happened if not for the unassuming brick phone. In an era before smartphones, before app stores and cloud computing, it was the humble feature phone that carried the hopes and dreams of a nation. Its buttons, worn smooth by 1,000 texts, became the keys to a new economy. M-Pesa's success wasn't just about technology. It was about meeting people where they were, understanding their needs, and building something that fit their lives. It was about trust, community, and the power of simplicity. Today, M-Pesa moves more money than most banks. In Kenya, over half of the country's GDP flows through its network. Imagine that. Half of an entire nation's economy running on text messages, on phones that have survived dust storms, rain, and the daily hustle of African life. Transactions that once took days now happen in seconds. Barriers that once seemed insurmountable have fallen. This is the true genius of M-Pesa. It didn't try to replace the old system with something flashy or complicated. It didn't wait for the perfect technology to come along. It took what people already had, their trust, their phones, their relationships, and built something extraordinary. And the impact goes far beyond money. M-Pesa has empowered women, given families new security, and helped communities respond to emergencies. During droughts, floods, and even the COVID-19 pandemic, it enabled instant, targeted Maybe the next great innovation is waiting, not in the cloud, but in the palm of your hand, as simple as a text. In a world chasing the next big thing, let's not forget the lessons of M-Pesa. Sometimes, the greatest revolutions start with the tools we already have. Sometimes, all it takes is a little trust, a little courage, and a willingness to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. Because in Kenya, money didn't just go digital. It went local, personal, and human. It travelled dirt roads, crossed rivers, and leapt over obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. It brought people together, made dreams possible, and showed the world that innovation is for everyone. So, whether you're in Nairobi or New York, whether you carry the latest smartphone or a trusty old Nokia, remember this: the power to change the world is already in your hands. It doesn't take a genius, a fortune, or a miracle. Sometimes it just takes a text. Where money goes, strange stories follow. And sometimes the strangest, simplest stories are the ones that change everything.
If this story blew your mind, just wait for tomorrow's episode. We've got 999 more strange money tales to tell. Subscribe now to Swag, because your wallet deserves entertainment too.